This podcast is intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered or interpreted as legal or professional advice.
Welcome to another episode of Mika Minutes. I'm your host, Mika Domingo. What is probate? Part 3. In my last episode, I talked about the timeline of the probate process and the documents you would need to complete each step. In this episode, I will discuss a couple alternatives to probate. Number 1, a spousal property petition. Number 2, a small estate affidavit. What is a spousal property petition? It is a form that describes the deceased person's property that is in question, why this property should pass to the surviving spouse, a description of how the property is community property, and if the deceased person had any written documents concerning the transferring of this property. This form can be filed by the surviving spouse or the representative of the surviving spouse's estate if the surviving spouse is now deceased, or the conservator of the surviving spouse's estate. Please be aware that if there are other beneficiaries of the estate, or if the deceased person had separate property, the estate will likely have to go through a full probate proceeding. What is a small estate affidavit? A small estate affidavit is covered under Probate Code Section 13100. A small estate affidavit is a sworn legal document someone can use to assert a claim to assets from the estate of a deceased person. To be eligible, the estate cannot be valued at more than $166,250 in total. However, not everything the deceased person owned needs to count towards that amount. Some assets that can be exempted from the $166,250 total include the following: shared assets that already have a designated beneficiary, such as a co-owned property, retirement accounts, life insurance policies, shared bank accounts, for example, accounts that are held in joint tenancy with right of survivorship, vehicles, again, vehicles can sometimes be held under joint tenancy with right of survivorship, or any other assets that are held in a trust. If you'd like to know more about these alternatives to probate, give us a call at 925-891-5006.